everybody, Last Planeswalker here, and we've got a weird little video today. So we've just had a new update drop with a lot of suite of changes, some good changes really. But one of the biggest changes that I want to cover, because I wasn't really going to cover the actual changes, is Kaito Bane of Nightmares. Now, in my first review of Kaito, I did say he was probably one of the worst walkers in the game. However, today's update seems to have made Kaito actually probably one of the strongest defensive walkers in the game. Now, I know I'm going through a deck, but give us a second. So, by defensive, what I mean by that is, if you look at, where's he gone? Puzzle Master Ajani, for example. Here we go. All of his abilities are quite cheap, 6, 8, 10, and all they really do is they do make these leadership tokens, and each one gains a different evergreen. So the first one will give those lifelink evergreens, so when they're destroyed, your creatures gain lifelink. The second one will give them double strike when the leadership token is destroyed, and the third one will give the leadership tokens prevent damage, so when they're destroyed, your creatures gain prevent damage. What's really nice is this is a very defensive walker, so you're not going on the offense, you're not dropping abilities to deal damage, you're dropping abilities to buff up your creatures and make them defensive. So you're going to have lifelink, you're going to have double strike, you're going to have prevent damage. Very defensive, very strong. Whereas Kaito originally was defensive, but his abilities were terribly overpriced for what they did. So, first of all, his mana gains haven't changed. They're still 5/5 to blue and black, 2 to red, and then negative to green and white. Some really good passives, no issues there. What's changed is the pricing of his abilities. This is where it gets really, really interesting. So, the first one, Ninja Technique, Fallen Leaves. It's to fail free, then draw a card and create a Kaito Shadow Clone token. So, originally this was 9 loyalty. So, 9 loyalty to pick 3 of the 4 cards in your library, put them in the grave, and then you fetch the next one. Really good way to fish in your deck. So they've dropped that down to 8 loyalty. Now, I don't mind this drop. I didn't think 9 loyalty was too much. The next one is probably the best change, in my opinion, is Ninja Technique, Winds of Change. So this was destroy target opposing creature, then the first card in your hand gains 6 mana, then create a Kaito Shadow Clone token. Originally, this was 15 loyalty. 15 loyalty for targeted removal to gain 6 mana and make a token. In blue-black, in my opinion, wasn't worth it since black has a lot of cheap removal anyways. It's now 8 loyalty. Now, 8 loyalty to destroy target opposing creature and gain 6 mana is actually a pretty good deal. Now, the biggest one is Ninja Technique Puppy Steps. Now, originally, in my video, I complained about this because every Planeswalker that has a third ability that's expensive should be its win con. He had no win cons. Now, technically, he still has no win cons. However, being 8 loyalty, so your creatures now getting +2/+2 unblockable, and opposing creatures getting stun counter 1 for 8 loyalty, he still doesn't have any win cons. However, he's now a very defensive walker. And with an even spread of 8 loyalties, it's going to be really easy to cast them off. What's cool is they don't need to nerf them or, in a few weeks, actually, let's make that a bit more expensive, because stun counter 1 in a Planeswalker ability is weaker than stun counters you get from cards like Bitter Chill, which I think is 5 turns. There's some cards with 2 turns, so theoretically his bird for 8 loyalty is perfectly priced. So 8 loyalty, you can get 2/2 buff, unblockable, and you can creatures again stun, and you make a Shadow Clone. Honestly, this is a great even spread and makes him very useful. I wouldn't say he's a meta-relevant walker compared to stuff like Grist, New Liliana, stuff like that, but I will say he's actually a very great walker to have now, and one that might get a lot more use. Now, what I do enjoy most, and this is a personal one, is Kaito Shadow Clone tokens are a 1/1 legendary hexproof token with when this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker. If it has 1 or more reinforcements, you gain 2 loyalty, so you only really need 6 loyalty left to get any of these. If it has 4 or more reinforcements, its base power is 3/4. Now, having them even spread means you're going to have a better chance to make these tokens. Last time, with 9, 15, 21, you're only going to really make 1 or 2 tokens of his first ability, and they're not really worth using. Now, however, with having 8 mana, 8 loyalty as his abilities, I found that they're actually really useful to use. Having these legendary hexproof tokens are kind of fun, since if your opponent is packing a ton of targeted removal, then these tokens aren't going to be removed so easy, which is really nice. So the deck I've actually been running since this update is my ninja deck, which you saw me edit a little because I wanted to make a quick change. So it's all kind of like a peasant build, so there's no mythics. We have, for 8 mana, 2 roll the Infiltrator. Shout out to Gozmaster, who was the only reason why I chased this card. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card, then if it has plot, the card gains half its mana, round it down, otherwise get 4 mana. What's really cool is with having the abilities all 8 loyalty. Now every time you make a loyalty map, cast a loyalty at the start of the turn, that token is going to enter the battlefield, and then Satoru is going to then draw a card, and you're going to give him 4 mana. So kind of a nice little synergy. Cryptex, beginning of your turn, convert 5 gems to one of the colours of greatest mana bonuses. Again, just a really nice conversion. Undercity Sewers, again, land conversion, 4 gems to blue or black. Sunken Citadel, increase my mana bonus by 2. This is just so every time I make a loyalty match, swap, I've got a higher chance of casting the loyalty abilities because there's a reason. Key to the Vault, one of the strongest cards in Standard. It's a 16 mana rare. When your first creature deals combat damage to Planeswalker, draw a card, then that card gains 4 mana. Really good way to get a free card. Vivisurgent's Insight, 10 mana common. Draw 3 cards, proliferate, escalate. So the reason why I had this in was the proliferate is going to be really nice with ninja technique, puppy steps, because everything's going to get +2/+2. Then when you cast this, they're going to get an extra +1, so it helps boost them up. Live or Die, this has also been fixed, so you may destroy the first opposing creature. If you don't, return the first creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Originally, if your opponent had no creatures on the board, you'd still get the prompt of yes or no, which basically meant while the creature on the board, if you press yes, it will destroy the first opposing creature. If you press not now, it'll fetch a creature from the graveyard. Now, if your opponent has no creatures, when this casts, it'll automatically try and fetch them from the graveyard if there's something in the graveyard. Molten Collapse, apparently this has now been fixed to actually count as destroying. I think I saw Gozmaster mention this in his server, so that's nice. Corrupt, 11 mana, Puzzle Master 1 card. I just love using this for gain X life, X number of black gems on the board, just a bit of life. And then the win quant for this deck is Iridescent Vine Slasher. So Landfall, which is when you match 4 or more gems of a specific colour, if no colours match, any 4 match or more will work. Your opponent loses life equal to this creature's power. So originally it's a 6 mana rare for 2/3, but when you combine it with Puppy Steps, the first cast Puppy Steps is going to make it a 4/5, second one 6/5. So the bigger this gets up, the more damage you're going to do from all the conversion. So I'm having a lot of fun with this deck, so let's jump in. Honestly, it was kind of a surprise to get this update today. So I had a look through it, and there's some new Vanguards, a new Angrath Planeswalker that I'm curious about. Trading Helm's now been called Quick Battle for some reason. Nothing's really changed about the progression. You still end the progression with 10 gold. So kind of like nice that they haven't really changed the progression, but I am kind of curious, if I'm honest, about why they changed the name from Training to Quick Battle. So Quick Battle standard sets, perfect. So let's see, our opponent is I think it's Ashiok 2. Ashiok 2 is actually probably one of the strongest planeswalkers in the game for blue-black, so going against Kaito, which is more of a defensive walker for this colour scheme, it's kind of interesting to see who will come out on top. Okay, so we'll go for a red match. Cool. Now they've got. Okay, we'll go for this 5-swap Cascade. Yes. We've got a lot of removal drawing. I don't know why we're drawing. Don't need it all. Then we'll get Undercity. So we'll go for a black match. Cool. And then that little investigate token is actually kind of useful sometimes for quickly getting something to draw. I've been chasing this card. It looks kind of cool. Eye of Duskmantle. I believe I actually have that card in paper. And then we've got full set of abilities. So right off the bat, we've now got full set abilities. And this is where you can see his uniqueness, because right now we can't cast any of these and automatically win the game. So we're going to cast this one to Surveil 3, we're going to get rid of these two, and then I'm going to fetch the Vine Slasher, pick the token. Going to see if I can cast Vine Slasher first, so go for that swap. Nice Cascade. Okay, Night Terror, which is an interesting choice because every time I Surveil now, I could end up dealing myself some damage, but it's fine. So he's going to reinforce. I forgot he has an ability called Offspring from Bloomburrow, so he makes an activate 1 gem and then he reinforces when the activate 1 gem is triggered. So all this all this mana. I like mana. So we're going to do cast Puppy Steps, and then all of these are going to get +2/+2 unblockable. Did I? Oh yeah, because he reinforced. I was like, did I do my maths wrong? But no, because he reinforced, it just kind of worked out. So Satoru is going to help now to cast a few more cards out. There we go. Get some loyalty, so hopefully next turn when we convert, we should be able to hit his third again. Oh yeah, we're going to hit the third because look at that. Well, let's showcase his second because we showcased his first, so do that. Create a token, that comes in. Now, we didn't get 6 mana that I saw. We might have done, but there was a lot going on. But again, we're now to his third ability again. So really nice to have these abilities, how they're working, because we're getting a lot of use out of them. And this deck is now just shredding. And that was a notification that was vibrating my phone. Just ignore that. It's just part of a guild I'm in. Okay, so for the final time, we're going to cast Puppy Steps again. Everything gets that nice buff. Get some nice creature buffs. So we did draw into the spell. Oh, we drew into the spell twice. So we're going to get rid of a few things just so we can draw. I'm not going to try and do a big... Yeah, we didn't do a big 5-swap because I didn't really want to end Greg too early when I'm trying to showcase everything. So, done. A lot faster. So, he's a lot faster. I'm not going to say he's S tier, go out and buy him straight away because he's the best walker in the game. However, I do believe now he's a very strong walker. And I will say that having these abilities all 8 makes him very defensive and makes the abilities very useful to use. Now being able to actively get the tokens out on the board is a big win. Overall, I think Webcore have done an amazing job of listening to the feedback, because I think I'm not the only one who had some issues with his abilities. I believe Main Loop and Ghostmaster had some issues with his abilities. So I think now that they've been tweaked to be 8 across the board, there's no really reason to change them back or to upgrade them, because there is nothing there that's going to win you a game. The Surveil, the first one, the Fallen Leaves, is just going to really help. Oh look, someone's actually playing it. Tell you what, let's have one last match. Ninja against Ninja. It's going to be a good laugh. But yeah, for having all 8 means they're very usable, they're very situational, so his second one needs a creature on the board, his third one needs a creature on the board, and his first one is just going to really help you fish, basically. And that's what you kind of need sometimes, is a way to fish into specific cards. Because even though blue and black does have some, well, mainly blue has some good draw. Oh, not Shielder. It's good to actually have something that's going to help you draw something you actually want. So I'm going to be able to fish, surveil, draw a card, and it's basically I just surveil the card I don't want, and then fetch the card I do want. So I'm now on my third ability already. And so is Greg. So this is where it's going to get interesting. What's Greg going to do with his ability? I'm going to surveil 3. I want Sunken Citadel, so we're going to do that. Fetch myself Sunken Citadel. Get that one to come in. Get some mana. Perfect. Removable. So he did get the 6 mana, so yeah, I think I might have just missed it with Saturo's ability coming in as well. Oh, I don't like that card. I do not like that card one bit. And then Demolition Field. But it's fine because we're up to our second already, so just get rid of it. Make the token. But I didn't get 6 mana. Strange. Greg got 6 mana, but I didn't. Weird. Is this like a conspiracy? So we're going to click not now. Still comes back. And then we're going to click confirm to get rid of the token. Because I don't really want Greg getting any more loyalty abilities. Because now he's just going to keep spamming his second. Which is going to get really annoying quick. Yeah. Thank you for this. Yeah, Greg's getting 6 mana, but I'm not. What is this evilness? And then we've got Rakdos. Oh, okay, I'm going to lose this. Although I don't really understand why anybody would stack Rakdos with the big back god. Because the big back god, yeah. The big back god really is going to be useful for token generation. So why you would stack it with a creature that's just going to grow and another token is kind of odd because you're going to get no benefits unless this player kind of gets rid of that card, because Greg's not the smartest tool in the shed for getting rid of cards it doesn't want on the board. So as you can see, it's going to be very annoying to face this in game, but really I think Puzzle Master Ajani is annoying to face, but we still play him and we still face him a lot. Jesus, damn it. Okay, cool. So Vine Slash is 6 mana. So if we use Winds of Change, against Rakdos, we should be able to get. We did. Either I didn't notice it when we first did it, or it's now playing up because I noticed it. Okay, he's going to use his third again. Okay, that's fine. But we're getting stunk out with 1. Darn it. I think next turn, if we get enough conversion in, I'm doing the same, because I don't want to lose. I don't like losing. No, he must have got rid of my my land. Yeah, so as you can see, Kaito's going to be an absolute pain in the butt to face in the wild, which, honestly, it's a good meta shift, in my opinion, because meta at the moment has been dominated by Grist a lot. So having a walker that can go toe-to-toe with Grist by constantly removing its tokens, its creatures, stunning them all, is going to be useful. I'm not going to win this, but we'll just use Winds of Chain, Puppy Steps to stun all these, make a token. Hopefully next turn well, no. Yeah, I've lost. Oh, well, it was fun while it was lasting, people. It was fun but it's good to see that, like, there's actually some use for it in the wild. So I think we're going to see a lot of facing him, and I think he's probably going to be easy to beat with other walkers, but I'm having a hard time because whoever built this deck is stacked against me. What was that? Oh, okay, we've lost. I think right now, 8 across the spread. As you can see, he's very competitive. He's The buff isn't huge enough to be an annoyance. It's just +2/+2. But getting that every turn is a little bit of annoyance. But overall, we've lost, which is fine. I expected to lose as soon as I saw Rakdos and the big Bat God. So my final thoughts is thanks to Webcore for listening to his community and actually updating it. I think there's a lot they could have done with this to make it worse, but by dropping it all down to 8, it's an even spread. I think they've done a really good job. I think only time will tell how well he does in current meta, but I think, honestly, he's pretty good as a defensive walker, and if he goes on sale or he goes on for gold, I wouldn't say no to someone if they ask me should they pick him up, because it can be a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.